All right. The staycation cure for your burnout. Now, guys, do you know the feeling, right, of being completely drained, sad, so burned out that even thinking about planning a vacation feels like a whole another task and job you just don't want or don't even have the energy for? Guys, you scroll through the blogs and flight deals, and you also even convince $1,000 plane ticket is only escape from the crushing weight of it all. Yes, that's what we're going to be discussing today. But what if I told you that very search part is the problem? Searching actually is the cause of all the stress that you may actually be encountering because it becomes overwhelming, right? That's actually the whole cycle of stress. Escape and that jarring return to reality is a flawed design. Just think about it. That's why people are supposed to help you while you're doing it, right? It actually just sends you in a cycle of, all right, I want to plan this trip. Now I'm stressed. Now I'm stressed. I plan the trip. I come back. I'm back tired again, right? Now, before you spend a fortune on a trip that might just leave you even more exhausted and even broken, consider this: the ultimate mental rest reset doesn't require a passport. It doesn't require airport security, jet lag, or the anxiety of navigating a new city. In fact, the most profound and lasting cure for your burnout might just be waiting for you right where you are. Yeah, today I'm going to guide you through a digital detox staycation that will genuinely recharge your mind and soul. It's a method designed not just for a temporary break, but to fundamentally, guys, reset your relationship with the big old S word: stress, technology, and rest itself, the hardest thing itself, right? Now, it all starts with a simple, radical act: putting your phone in a box. Yes, guys, putting your phone in a box. That is what we are going to be discussing today. Yeah. And helping us create that sanctuary of rest, guys. Today, our sponsors is Cozy Earth, Scony and Eric Javid, right? From unbelievable soft loungewear and bedding from Cozy Earth. You got to check that out. To all the comfort of Scony shoes, to the stylish sun protection of Eric Javid's hats. They are all about building comfort into your every part of your life. That's why we choose them as our sponsors. We'll talk more about how they fit into your staycation cure later on. Stay tuned. All right. Now, why? Yes, why? Deconstructing burnout and the vacation myth. What burnout actually is and isn't. Now, guys, before we can fix something, we have to know what it is. And burnout is one of the most misunderstood conditions of our time. It isn't just being tired from a long week. It's not just stress. Burnout is a deep, systematic depletion. Yeah, you heard right. Think of your mental and emotional energy like a battery. That's how I look at it. A healthy life has cycles of use and recharge, right? You work and you rest. You face a challenge. You recover. Stress is just a normal process of draining that battery to get something done. That's all it is, right? Now, burnout, on the other hand. Burnout, however, is what happens when you drain the battery. As we say in the Caribbean, when you drain the battery, keep it drained and then try to squeeze even more power out of it. That is burnout. It's when you go into a state of mental overdraft. Yeah. Yes, that is the explanation for it. And some of us as people, we think challenging. Let's keep going, competitiveness. No. If your battery is already drained and you keep squeezing even more out of it and then keep pushing even more, yes, yeah, you're going to burn out. Researchers often describe it with three core symptoms: overwhelming exhaustion, that's like physical and emotional, feeling of cynicism and detachment from your very own life, and lastly, a sense of ineffectiveness, like nothing you do matters anyway. These are symptoms of burnout, right? Sometimes I feel that way. I wouldn't even lie. That I should be honest about it. If that sounds familiar, guys, you're not alone. And it's not a personal failure either. It's a signal from your body and mind that the whole system is overloaded and needs a rest or a reset, right? A hard reset at that. The problem is our culture treats burnout like it's just an empty gas tank. We think I'm empty, so I'm just pour something back in. It don't work that way. We try to fill the void with more caffeine, sugar, and even more distractions, or the ultimate promise of a refill, the big vacation. Woo! Right? That's why I'm addressing it. Because people call all the time and talk to me about it. And yes, sometimes it's bigger than just a vacation. You're burnt out. You need a reset, a hard reset. But this completely misunderstands the problem, right? When your burnout battery isn't just empty, but damaged from chronic use, you can just plug it in for a quick recharge. You have to take it offline. Like, for example, if your battery in your vehicle is damaged, you go and test it out, right? You go bring it to AutoZone or whatever auto company that may be around you or you use. And they will test out the battery before they actually recharge it and let you know, oh, the battery is damaged. We can't recharge it. It's like you've depleted it so many times, we can't recharge it. Right? Speaking of that, I have a battery I need to check. Ironic, right? So that's what we're talking about. But we're talking about you as a being, you as a person, right? If you keep overusing your body, overusing yourself, that's chronic overuse. You can't jump in and just plug and quick recharge yourself and keep going again. You have to take yourself offline entirely to repair the cells. And that's where the traditional vacation so often fails us. Because you're saying you're going on vacation, you're going to be using the phone even more. We'll just start there, right? More distractions. All right, let's go into the next section of this. The flawed promise of the grand vacation. Let's talk about it. Let's be honest, right? Have you ever come back home from a vacation feeling like you needed a vacation from the vacation you just took? Sorry about that. I have. You're not alone. You're not the only one. The idea of travel, while amazing in many, many ways, has become tangled up with a level of stress that can cancel out its whole purpose. First, there's a sheer logistics nightmare. The stress of finding flights, booking hotels, packing for the everyday possibilities. That alone is a whole stress. Arranging pet sitters or cramming in work before you leave. That pre-vacation period is often a frantic sprint, leaving you even more drained before you even started to relax. Then there's the travel itself, crowded airports, delays, and the disorienting feeling of crossing time zones. Yeah, it was a headache when I used to work on a cruise ship. Crossing time zones, oh my God. Imagine when the ship is going back and forth. Oh God. These are all stressors your body has to manage, and it is not easy. It is very difficult for the body to readapt and realign, right? Some of the methods I use is like eating food at a certain time, right? Or trying to fall asleep. So this is not relaxation. It's adapt. Your nervous system is on high alert, navigating unfamiliar territory. And guys, while new places can be exciting, trust me, I love me a new place. For a system already deep in burnout, it's often just more noise, which is not good. It's defeating the purpose, right? Now, a survey by the American Psychology Association, APA, found that while vacations provide positive benefits like more energy and less stress, for nearly 2/3 of workers, those benefits fade within just a few days of returning to work. That is sad. The return home is often a slap in the face, throwing you right back into the environment that burned you out in the first place. But now, with a mountain of emails and maybe even a credit card bill, which is more stress. So we have to do something about that. The real issue isn't that we mistake a change of scenery for a change of state. You could actually fly 5,000 miles and still have your burnout right there in the carry-on. True restoration isn't about physical distance. It's about psychological detachment. It is about psychology. It's about creating the space to truly disconnect from the constant demands that drain you in the first place. Ironically, the best place to create that deep psychological space might just be in the one place you haven't tried to run. Mi casa, your home. Home. Yes, guys, the real enemy. Digital overload. Let's talk about it. So, if it's not just work and travel, isn't a magic cure. What a primary driver of the modern burnout epidemic. For so many of us, the answer is in our hands, in our pockets, on our desk. It's the constant, relentless strain of digital information. They even start affecting our speech too. We live in a state of continuous partial attention, a term coined by research Linda Stone, right? We're never fully present because part of our brain is always waiting for the next thing. We're not in the present. The next notification, the next email. Each buzz is a tiny interruption that pulls us out of the deep focus and into a shadow, reactive state. Think about that. It isn't just a bad habit. It's rewiring our brains. We're training ourselves to crave distractions and to feel anxious without it. That's not healthy. All right. Think about your day. How often are you truly doing just one single thing. When you're eating, are you also scrolling? When you're talking to a friend, is your phone on the table, screen up? When you're trying to rest, are you consuming content designed to make you feel outraged or inadequate? Be mindful. I'm asking those questions for a reason. Numerous studies have linked heavy social media use to higher rates of anxiety, depression, and very dangerous poor sleep. It's a comparison machine we carry with us everywhere, showing us curated highlight reels that can make our lives feel lacking. It's not healthy, right? This digital noise is the background radiation of modern life. Follows us to the dinner table, in our beds, oh yes, even on vacation, the very break that we're trying to take from it. We escape our offices only to stay there, only to stay tethered to it by our screens. It's sickening. The right to disconnect law that have been implemented in countries like France are a direct response to this crisis. Companies can be held accountable for disrupting an employee's personal time with digital communications. It also applies in America, guys. It also applies in America. Yeah, you can't just disrupt people's personal time. That's why capitalism is not necessarily the healthiest thing, because the hours are increasing and increasing. And if you work for a corporation, they pretty much can call you anytime. That's not good. That's not a good look. That's illegal. Certain countries, you definitely will get in trouble for that. The problem isn't just our jobs. It's our inability to ever truly live them. Yes, this is why a simple vacation often isn't enough. It is not enough. It's like trying to have a quiet conversation at a rock concert. Yeah, that's the analogy. To truly heal from burnout, you have to turn down the volume completely. You have to create an intentional silence. You need to digital detox. And a staycation is the perfect controlled environment to finally do it right. Yes, digital detox. Need that, right? Now, guys, that we've identified the problem, we're about to shift to the solution, the how. But before we go, I want to talk to you about one of the key creating that sanctuary we just mentioned. A huge thank you to our sponsors, CozyEarth.com. Thank you, Cozy Earth. Their whole philosophy is about creating comfort. When you're trying to reset, surrounding yourself with softness is essential. The bamboo, loungewear, and bedding are famously unbelievably soft. They're temperature regulated. So, like you're feeling hot in the night or anything like that, nope, that bamboo sheets is actually wood. How do I know? I got one. We got two. In rooms, the rooms got them, which is perfect for restorative sleep. It actually helped me quite a bit because I get anxiety when I have to do conventions, right? Because of the traffic. It's the ideal uniform for a staycation because it sends a signal to your body that it's time to truly rest. Find out more at CozyEarth.com, guys. And don't forget to let them know we sent you. And don't forget to use our code Island Vacation. It's all one, right? SLAND-VACATION, Island Vacation. Let them know we sent you. Get a great discount. You'll appreciate it, right? Yeah, very important, guys, on your staycation. Now, we're going to get right back to it. We're going to get back to the how, the 5-step staycation cure. Here's the solution to this. Detox tourism at home. Bet you never heard about that. And might be the first place you hear about this. Okay, so we've established the problem. You're depleted, and a high-stress vacation might not be the answer. The solution is to completely reframe what a break actually means. It's not about where you go, but how you are, right? We're going to borrow an idea from the wellness world called detox tourism, DETOX tourism, the practice of traveling to escape digital overload. But we're going to do it right within our four walls. Yes, right within your home. This is a 5-step plan for a staycation that will genuinely reset your nervous system and begin the healing process from burnout. Guys, try it out. This isn't about taking a few days off to do chores. This is about being as intentional as with your rest as you are with your work. You plan your work, you're going to plan your rest. Treat this like a real vacation. Block off your calendar, tell people you are unavailable because you are. You have a critical appointment with yourself. That's what's going on. All right? Now, first step, the digital disconnect, the act of disappearing. This is the most important step, and for many of us, the hardest. A true digital detox is the foundation of the entire process. We are so conditioned to be available that the thought of going offline can trigger real anxiety for some people. And I'm not even joking about it, right? And you have to acknowledge that feeling. It's a sign of how deep the condition actually goes. But the only way is through. Research has shown that even short breaks from social media can lead to significant improvements in well-being and reductions in the depression and anxiety. Now, since going cold turkey can feel intense, let's break this down into levels. Choose the one that feels challenging, but also doable. Now, this is just the beginner's level. Mute and minimize. If you're just starting, turn off all non-essential notifications. That's like on your phone, on your computers. Turn off the notifications, right? No pings from social media, no news alerts, no pings, no news alerts. That's why you turn on the notifications. Now, you have to actively open an app to see what's new. That's the objective there, right there, right? Next, schedule specific offline blocks into your day. For example, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., the phone goes into a drawer in another room. No exceptions. This alone starts to break the reactive cycle. You can also declare no phone zones, like the dining table and the bedroom. No phones. That's a beginning level right there. Now, at the intermediate level, delete and delegate. This is about creating real separation from the duration of staycation. Delete the most problematic apps from your phone. Social media, news, Slack, you name it. Delete it. You could also re-download them later. That's fine, right? The act of deleting is a powerful statement. For email setup, a firm autoresponder. Thank you for your message. I am currently on a digital detox to reset and recharge, and will completely be offline until whatever date you want to. That's how you put your message. I will respond then. If this is urgent, please contact, and you give somebody's name to contact you, or a number, whatever it is. This manages others' expectations and, more importantly, gives you permission to fully disconnect without any guilt, right? Now, for the people in the advanced level, phone in the box. This is the ultimate reset. This is what I was talking about in the beginning. You get a box, any box, and you turn your phone and other distracting devices completely off and place them inside. Then put that box somewhere inconvenient, the closet, the trunk of your car, the attic. It will help you. This is where the magic happens. The first few hours, maybe even the first day, will feel a little bit weird, I will admit. You will feel phantom vibrations. You might feel bored or restless. This is called withdrawal. Yes, withdrawal system, syndrome, like drugs, yes. But on the other side of that discomfort is a profound sense of peace, and you may not have felt in years. Your brain finally free from constant barrage of information can actually begin to reboot. The goal here isn't to demonize technology, guys, but to reclaim your relationship with it. By intentionally stepping away, you will actually prove to yourself that you are in control, and that's what you want to be. You want to be in control of your life. You want to be in control of how social media have you in a speed, right? This step creates the silence that makes all the other steps possible, right? Move on to step number 2. Curate your sanctuary, transforming your home into a retreat. Now that you've quieted the digital noise, it's time to work on the physical environment. For the next few days, your home is not just your home. It never was, but your home is not just your home. It's a luxury retreat, a spa, a sanctuary, and you both the guests of honor and the person in charge. You're the manager. The goal is to create a space that calms your nervous system just by being in it. Yes, declutter for calm. First, prepare your space. A cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind. Cleanliness leads to godliness. They say it in a million different ways across the planet. This isn't about a frantic, stressful, deep clean. Just choose the 1 or 2 areas where you'll spend most of your time, probably your living room or your bedroom, and clean them of anything that feels like a distraction. Tidy surfaces, put away piles of paper, and create visual calm. Think of it like a hotel staff preparing a room for a valued guest. You are that guest. Treat yourself like that, right? Engage all your senses. Now, luxury resorts are masters of this, and you can do it at home for cheap. First, scents. Introduce calming smells. Use an essential oil diffuser with lavender, light a favorite candle, or just simmer some cinnamon sticks and orange peels on a stove. You'll have a beautiful aroma in the house. Scent is it is tied to emotions and can instantly fill your brain. It's time to relax. Very powerful. Next, you're going to go to sound. Curate your audio environment. This might mean total silence as well. A luxury in itself. Quiet, silence, right? Or it could mean playing some ambient music, classical, or even nature sounds. Just be intentional. No news or jarring TV commercials. Horrible. Now, the sound should be a gentle blanket, not another distraction. Right? Further on the list, sight, what you see. Pay attention to light. During the day, open the curtains and let in as much natural light as you can. In the evening, ditch the harsh overhead light. Use lamps. Use warm bulbs, candles, or even some string lights to create a soft, gentle glow. Just giving you some suggestions as to how to make your house more luxury so that you can feel the staycation vibes. Next, you have touch. Surround yourself with comforting textures, silk, right? Bust out your softest blankets, bamboo, cozy earth. Wear your coziest lounge and use your best towels, right? Simple, tactical comforts can be incredibly grounding. That's why people spend so much money on those things, right? The people who sell know that's the most valuable stuff. All right, now create your zones. To make your staycation more intentional, create specific zones for different activities. A corner of your living room becomes a reading nook with a comfy chair and books. Space on the floor becomes your meditation and movement zone, right? Your bathtub is now your at-home spa. I'm giving you some simple ideas how to make your home luxury if you can't take a vacation. Usually I'm talking about vacation. Today, I'm telling you how to make a staycation at home, right? That's what this is all about, guys. Now, by giving it space, a purpose, you're telling your mind what to do when you get there, shifting from aimless wandering to intentional rest. You're still in your house, but you kind of like allocated certain areas, which by the time you're approaching the area, you're kind of going into that mindset. So this is what we're talking about, guys. Now, that's our sanctuary is prepared, guys. Let's talk about what to do in it. We'll get to the intentional activities in just a moment. But I want to thank one of our sponsors, Scony.com. Scony.com for making some of that activity effortless, right? For the mindful movement part of your staycation, like playing golf in the park, right? You want things to be easy. Scony creates that incredible comfort. Slip-on shoes that are perfect for exactly that. They are designed for all-day wear. Yeah, they're golf shoes, but they're designed for all-day wear, and you barely notice they're on. It's about removing friction and making restorative movements as simple as possible. Check them out at scony.com. Don't forget to let them know we sent you from Island Vacation Travel Podcast, and you could use our code Island Vacation, right? Now, on to step 3, guys, the act of intentional activity and inactivity. One of the biggest hurdles to a real break is guilt. Yes, guilt. In a culture obsessed with productivity, doing nothing can feel like a waste of time. That's what's going on in America. Everywhere else I've lived around the world, people make it their duty to take vacation, and they're proud of taking 3 weeks vacation, a month vacation, 3 months vacation, 6 months vacation sometime. Yes, there are people that have that long vacation. But out there, capitalism has developed such a hustle, productive environment that if people take a break, they feel like, oh man, but I got to get back to work, which is just absurd. We need to radically reframe this. For someone recovering from burnout, rest is the most productive activity you can do. Yes, rest. Enough. Your staycation should have a loose menu of options, not a rigid schedule. The goal is to choose something that nourishes you, not drain you. Right? Onwards. More. That's what we're looking for. Mindful movement. Burnout lives in the body. Gentle movement can help release stored tension. That's why people exercise. Stretching or yoga. Find a restorative yoga class online or just move into ways that feel good to you, right? Move your waist, move your neck, move your arm. Just look at a YouTube video and just do the best that you can. You don't have to be a professional yoga person where you could be the most flexible in the world. Just do what feels good to you, right? Walking in nature. Take a walk in a local park. America has loads of local parks, right? In the Caribbean, we just walk anywhere. But here you have loads of local park. Well, we walk by the beach in the Caribbean, right? Take a walk in a local park without your phone. Turn it off. This practice known as forest bathing. Yes, there's a term for it. Forest bathing in that frequency. I'm teaching you all something today. Letting you all know on some of my secrets. That's how I look like this. You check me. Yeah, I'm actually 99 years. Just kidding, guys. So, known as forest bathing or shining. It's proven to lower cholesterol levels and reduce anxiety. Pay attention to the air, the sounds of the trees, nature, the wind, something about it, and the frequencies rejuvenates your body. Even when you walk barefooted, even better, right? Even your little tricks. Now, creative expressions without a goal. Creativity is a powerful antidote to our consumption. Heavy digital lives, the key is to enjoy the process, not to create a perfect product. Journaling. Let your thoughts flow onto a page without judgment. I journal, right? Hold on a second, guys. I journal. You best believe. So you have to let out your thoughts to, just give a free flow. Give your brain a free flow. Drawing or coloring. Get a simple set of watercolors or a coloring book. There's adult coloring books. The focus is on the meditative act of making marks on a page. Playing an instrument, any instrument. If you have an old guitar, just gathering dust, just pick it up and play for the fun of it. You don't need to know what you're playing. Just play for the fun of it. Yeah. I think it's healthy. It's healthy to do that. Deep undistracted consumption. Reading a physical book. When last you seen people reading books? We got a ton of books behind me. Tons of books. And we have another whole shelf. Lose yourself in a story without the temptation of hyperlinks. Watching a film intentionally. Create a real movie night. Pick a film. Make popcorn. Turn off the lights and give it your full attention. Like you're in a theater. Very important. We're losing that now. The power of doing nothing. The hardest thing for people to do. This might be the most beneficial practice of all that I'll talk about today. Allow yourself to be bored. It is okay to be bored. I hear people say this all the time. Stare out into the window. Daydream. It's free. Why would you want to do everything and have to pay for it? Lie on the floor and listen to music. We did it as kids. We all wanted to do it. We all wanted a bedroom so that we could lie down in our room and jam out and just chill, do nothing. Right now, we've been consumed. We've forgotten the value of boredom. We have so much entertainment, so much distractions. We forget, boredom actually have a purpose. And it's a good purpose. It's so that you could appreciate when things are going on. Right? It's in these quiet, unstructured moments that your brain makes new connections. Right? Our creativity sparks and our deepest thoughts surface. Embrace the emptiness, guys. True restoration happens in that space. I can tell you personally, I have my tricks myself. People wonder how I stay positive, and me, I'm going to take myself away from people I just stop and send phone calls. You could be watching right now and I'm just not answering a phone call. And I'd have to explain what I'm going through. I just need peace. I need a break. I used to work on cruise ships. I used to live in cities. I'm done with that. I just want quiet. I want to see cows, grass, water, land. You check me, the sun, fires. That's what makes me happy right now. And I advise everybody else to do the same. I think that's why today I decided to speak about this. You check me? I don't necessarily talk about certain things on the podcast, but today I felt it was necessary to talk about staycation and burnout, right? When I go play soccer, running on the field, which I haven't done in a little while, helps free up my mind. That when I get out there, I have some of the most amazing thoughts of things I can do or want to do, especially when it comes to my business. When I get burnt out of the desk or at my office, I go drive. Whether it be picking up people with the transportation section or doing Uber or dropping up packages, courier service, we do what we got to do, guys. Yeah, we got all that going on. If not, we're making a brand, clothing brand, towels, socks. Can't be bought, but when it's bought, it's to be able to do something, right? Riding the bicycle, stretching, yoga, running, jogging. If you realize every time you finish jogging, you realize that your energy levels are up and you want to do more. That's what that's about. That's what that's about. Now that idea of getting outside for a walk in nature is so important, guys. And it's a perfect time to thank our sponsors, ericjavits.com. And I don't know if y'all have heard some of those companies, but check them out. They're awesome. They sponsor the small podcasts like us because they see what I do, right? Part of taking care of yourself is protecting yourself. Yes, that is your job. Eric Javits creates these incredible, elegant, and functional hats that offer UPF 50 plus sun protection. They're famous for their squishy material. It's registered by Eric Javits, which means you could roll it up for travel and it won't damage, it won't squish or anything. They patent that. Even if you're just traveling to a local park, or it won't lose the shape. It just won't lose it. It just rolls right back. It's a simple way to add a bit of glamour and intelligent protection to your mindful walk. You can learn more at ericjavits.com. Yes, and don't forget to let them know we sent you. We sent you. And use our code to get, I think it's 15% discount, Island Vacation. Let them know we sent you. Now, guys, I'm genuinely curious. And I think we can all learn from each other. What do you think? What is one activity that helps you feel truly disconnected and recharged? It could be from something on the list or something completely different. Let me know. Share it in the comments below, because your idea might be the one thing someone else actually needs to hear to start their own journey. And this is what we're on the planet for, to help one another. That's all. All the bangarang and all the bullshit, excuse my French. I am French. French Creole. But we're here to serve one another. We're there to help one another. That's it. God didn't ask any of anything else, not to be rich or billionaires or none of that stuff. That's why it comes back to being natural, grounded, and everything else. All right, now let's move to step 4. Nourish your body and mind. Very important. My wife has a statement, and so used to tell her, you dig your grave with your teeth. Think about that. Think about that. You dig your grave with your teeth. You never heard things like this before. This is 100-year-old wisdom we're talking about. You check me? What you put in your body during this rest period is just as important as what you do. Just as important. A staycation is a perfect opportunity to focus on mindful nourishment and restorative sleep. These are very simple words, by the way. Mindful nourishment, nourish your mind properly. And restorative sleep. Make sure you're not just sleeping just to just sleep. You're supposed to come back restored and more energized, feeling more happy, in a better mood, right? 2 pillars of burnout recovery that are often the first to go when we're stressed. And you should know, stress kills. Yeah, food have a lot to do with cancer, but boy, stress might have more, boy, because boy, stress is a real thing. Yeah. Now, mindful eating. This isn't about a strict diet. It's about simplifying and savoring. Plan ahead. Before your staycation, plan a few simple, nourishing meals. Think big. Salads, a hearty soup, or even from a healthy local spot. The point is to avoid the what should I eat decision fatigue, right? We go on vacation and we eat all kind of different stuff because it's almost like it's a plot. Like they know what's going on and they're going to contribute to it even more. So you'll see the buffets looking all colorful and blah, 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 ice cream and da-da-da, and this, and soda and liquor and da-da-da, and da-da. Nah, you're supposed to be by the green section, the yogurt section, the fruit section. You check me? Different breads made out of different grains. You got to balance this all out. Cereal, oatmeal. That's why they have them there as well. They mix them in. But they know they have to appease the people that are they come on vacation and they just want to gloat and eat. That's not the concept. That's why we're talking about the different concept of travel. Detox travel. You're not going to find it anywhere else. Only at Island Vacation Travel. And that's at www.com. That's where you're actually going to find about detox travel, whether we send people to St. Lucia or to Africa. And there's detox travel anyway. We're talking about it as doing it at home today. You could do it at your home. Make your home feel special. You spend a lot of money buying a home, hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's what we're doing in the Caribbean. We enjoy our homes. You best believe. Could be the poorest house to the richest house. We're going to enjoy our home, the peace and quiet. We'll take a nap, all those kind of things. Right? Watch karate on Sundays. Chill and eat lunch together. That's what we do. We cook. Yeah. Right? Now, eat without screens. This is non-negotiable. It is a non-negotiable rule for your sanctuary. When you eat, just eat. Eating is a ritual. Eating is actually a ritual. You don't see a car driving and taking gas at the same time. When you got to put gas in the car, you got to turn off the ignition. Try to focus on one thing at a time. Eating is a very ritualistic thing. You're putting minerals into your body. That's what makes the machine work. You dig me? Words is what the food is for the spirit. Just giving you some more wisdom. You dig me? But yes. Very, very, very important. Very important. When you eat, just eat. Pay attention to the flavors and textures of the food. You'll enjoy it more. And be more in tune with your body's hunger cues. Don't just be eating 8, 12, or whatever time you'll eat in the evening. These were habits that were given to our grandparents just to keep you on schedule, right? It's like slavery. So we do it in the union too. Every 2 hours is a break. No, break fast. Break your fast. That's it. You're eating to break the fast. It's not the other way wrong. You shouldn't just be eating. It's actually making your body tired. Part of your sanctuary is the cues. It's the same way when I go on private islands, right? Like one of my favorite places, Palm Island in the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Fortunately, that place got destroyed by the hurricane. I hope they finished rebuilding it. I got to check back on my friends out there. It's a little bit lower down from St. Lucia, closer to St. Vincent or Grenada, right? We ate when we felt like eating. They weren't like having it on cue like a resort because it was a private island. So they were paying attention to us and we're going through no TVs on the island. The whole vacation, no TVs. So we would sit down there talking, joking, watching the scenery, watching the environment. Of course, there was a time we went to another island to chill for a party and stuff, but it was like we're disconnected that didn't even really like think to us. So those are things that are important. Don't just be eating just for eating's sake. That's how obesity takes place. You're overworking the body. It's like the body was supposed to have 100 meals and now we're eating 1,000 meals. That's a problem. That's another cause of cancer as well, right? Now, hydrate beautifully. Oh, today we're going long for the podcast. Keep a pitcher of water with lemon, cucumber, or mint nearby. You'll see that in all spas, in all hotels, cruise ships, convention centers. What do you think? Make it look appealing. Turn a chore into a small act of self-care. By the way, this is all stuff you're going to be doing at your house to make your house a staycation. Treat yourself like your home is a sanctuary. That's my intention to do today. I'm always talking about vacations and everything. I've met people. Today I met a young lady that told me it's not that easy. We don't have money to just go on vacation. So today I decided we're going to talk about making a staycation at home to help out with being burnt out. A lot of people are experiencing that right now. So now the science of sleep is your single most powerful tool for burnout recovery. A staycation is the perfect time to pay back your sleep debt. And better, sleep is one of the most commonly reported benefits of a digital detox. Here is your answer. The answer is sleep. Honor your body clock. Honor your body clock. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time, but let yourself sleep in if your body is asking for it. Naps are not lazy. They're actually a powerful tool for recovery. I used to think naps was older people taking naps. Nope, it's not. Take one, try it. You'll see what we're talking about. Right? Now, create a sleep sanctuary. Your bedroom should be a cave. All these big screen TVs and stuff, that's not healthy. That's why they're selling it so cheap. Your bedroom should be a cave. Cool, dark, and quiet. Yeah. Not ambient light and all that stuff. No. And as we established, it must be a no phone zone. The frequencies of the phone alone will affect inside of the room. Far less for all the pings and ringing and all that stuff, right? Now, the blue light from the screens, messages. Sorry about that. The blue light from the screen messes with your melatonin. Those messages affect you. Yeah. Yeah, I know you're surprised. Yeah, the blue light from the screen, remember it has blue and red light? It actually messes with your melatonin. And you know what your melatonin is? That's that chemical that comes from your brain from happiness. Right? Now, how do I know this? I'm an audio-visual technician. We play with lights. 90% of what you see is illusion. A lot of colors are illusions, right? So be aware of that. So when you realize that you have sleep problems or you need glasses, just realize when you put the bed, you can't sleep without the TV and all that kind of stuff. This is all correlated, right? The hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. What did they say? Sorry about that, what I said for melatonin. Melatonin is for sleep, right? You have different chemicals for different emotions that you have in your body. So happiness, sleep, stress, it all has responses, right? So sorry about that in the error early on. Now, what I will say is that you have to develop a wind down routine when it comes to sleep and sleeping habits. An hour before bed, start a wind down ritual. This could be a warm bath, reading a physical book, or listening to calm music. This signals to your brain that the day is over. It's time to prepare for rest. You're telling the machine, time to wind down. Now, by focusing on simple nourishment and deep rest, you're giving your body the building blocks it needs to repair the damage from chronic stress. Yes, I said chronic stress. We take it for granted, we may adapt to it, but it's severe. It's very serious. Now, if you're feeling burnt out, you don't always need a plane ticket or a passport to reset. Sometimes the best escape is right here at your home. At Island Vacation Travel Agency, we call it the Staycation Cure for your burnout. Let us help you rediscover nearby resorts, hidden beaches, and relaxing weekend getaways you didn't even know were in your own backyard, right? Whether it's a quick couples retreat, a family weekend, or a solo reset, we plan everything for you, from the hotel to the experiences. So all you have to do is show up and breathe again. That's it, right? Visit islandvaccas.com. Islandvacs, islandvacas.com, right? Today, and also start planning your staycation, because paradise isn't always a flight away. Sometimes it's just a short drive from your home. We could help you find those spots in your area. Now, the fifth step, the mindful reentry, bringing the sanctuary with you. You spend days in a state of deep rest. Deep rest. Depressed? Yeah. Now comes a crucial step, the reentry. The goal is not to crash back into your old life and undo all your hard work in a few hours. The goal is to mindfully reintegrate, bringing the peace of your staycation back with you. Yeah. Ease back into the technology. Don't just turn everything back on all at once. On the last day of your staycation, maybe turn your phone on and then check your personal messages. A few hours later, you can scan your emails for anything truly urgent. Don't feel pressured to respond immediately. You don't have to. People can wait, right? The world manage without you for a few days. Don't forget that. It can manage for a few more hours. What do you think? Set your new rules. Your time offline has given you a powerful gift. Perspective. You now know what it feels like to live without constant interruptions. Use this knowledge. Conduct a digital audit. Before you reinstate all the apps, ask yourself, did I actually miss this? And be ruthless. Unsubscribe from newsletters you don't read. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad about yourself. Just unfollow them. Curate your digital world as intentional as you curated your home. Establish sustainable habits. The small practices from your staycation can become permanent. Maybe you commit to a no phone for the first hour of your day rule. Perhaps you permanently delete your work emails from your phone. These aren't restrictions. They're just protections for your peace. That's all. Have two separate phones. Yeah. Carry this mindset forward. The biggest benefits of this staycation is realizing you have the power to create your own sanctuary. This is the point of it all. You don't need to wait for a week off to find peace. You can practice detox tourism for 15 minutes by leaving your phone at your desk and eating lunch outside. Simple little trick. You can create a scenery, sanctuary, for 30 minutes in the evening by lighting a candle and reading a book instead of scrolling. Simple little tricks. The staycation teaches you that psychological detachment, the ability to mentally disengage, is more important than physical distance. You can cultivate this skill anywhere you could cultivate this skill. Now, this reentry is what makes the staycation a long-term solution, not just a temporary fix. You're not just returning from a break, you're returning from a new set of tools, new mindset, new awareness, right? Now, to conclude, so where does that leave us? We started this journey feeling drained, looking for an escape, and believing an expensive trip was the only answer. We took that move apart and saw that true rest isn't about changing. It's not about changing your location, but actually changing your state of being. Walk through the 5 steps. You created some intentional silence by 1, disconnecting, transforming your home into a sanctuary, rediscovered intentional activity, nourish your body, mind, and learned how to mindfully re-enter the world. It's a good job. That is a really good job. This is more than just a relaxing weekend at home. It is a revolutionary act of self-reclamation. In a world that constantly, guys, demands your attention, choosing your disconnect is a form of reinstance or reinstating yourself into this world. It's a declaration that your peace of focus, your mental health are not for sale. Your peace of mind is very important. And the impact of this choice goes beyond you. When you choose a staycation, you're making a difference or a different kind of economic and environmental choice. The money you might have spent on a flight can go into a local restaurant, neighborhood bookstore, or even a farmer's market. You're investing in your own community, your own town, your own city, your own country. It's also an environmentally conscious decision, reducing the carbon footprint of travel. It's a win for your well-being, your wallet, your community, and the planet at large, right? The staycation cure teaches you that you don't need to escape your life to find peace. You have the power to build it right where you are. The ability to create your own sanctuary, to intentionally disconnect, to find stillness in the chaos. This is a superpower in the first 20. So if you have that, know that you have a superpower. Healing from burnout is a journey, and it's a powerful first step. You are worthy of rest. Don't forget that. Whether you're young or old, do not forget that we all can get burnt out. So my question to you is, what is one thing you will do this weekend? Just one small thing to reclaim a piece of your peace. Will you put your phone in another room for an hour? Take a walk without it? Let me know in the comments below, Spotify, Instagram, wherever you watch your podcast. Your commitment might just be the inspiration someone else needs. That's why you should comment, right? Now, I want to give a huge thank you again to our sponsors, CozyEarth.com, Scotty.com, EricJavits.com, and Island Vacation Travel Agency as well. Thank you for making this conversation possible. They are all dedicated to helping you build a world with more comfort and intention. We'll have links to them in the description so you could check it out. And if this conversation is about finding sustainable well-being in a chaotic world, resonated with you, consider subscribing on our website. We're building a community here focused on exactly this kind of practices. You don't have to be alone. No, you don't. Thank you for investing this time, guys, in yourself. Again, we love you guys. It's how we have fun in the sun. See you next time.